What if I told you Ducati built a motorcycle that makes wheelies feel like a party trick, backs into corners like a supermoto hooligan, and still comes with a warranty that won't make your mechanic cry? Yeah, that's the Hypermotard V2 SP, and after spending a full day throwing it around the Modena circuit in Italy, I can tell you, this thing is absolutely unhinged in the best way possible. Let's start with the engine, because honestly, it deserves its own standing ovation. Ducati calls this the lightest twin-cylinder engine they've ever built, coming in at just 119.9 pounds. It pushes out 120 horsepower at 10,750 revolutions per minute and 90 Nm of torque at 8,250 revolutions per minute. But here's the thing, those peak numbers don't even tell the full story. What makes this engine special is how it feels in the real world. Over 70% of that torque is already available at just 3,000 revolutions per minute, so the moment you crack the throttle mid-corner or push onto the rear wheel coming out of a turn, the bike just responds instantly, eagerly, like it's been waiting for you to ask. Ducati also added their intake variable timing system, which continuously adjusts intake timing to keep power delivery smooth and flexible across the entire rev range. It pulls clean down low, hits hard through the mid-range, and still screams at the top end. It doesn't feel peaky or temperamental. It feels alive. Now, one thing that's genuinely huge here, and this matters if you actually plan to own one, Ducati ditched their traditional desmodromic valve system on this engine and went with regular valve springs instead. I know, the Ducati traditionalists are already clutching their pearls. But here's the payoff. Valve clearance inspections are now scheduled at a whopping 28,000 miles. Oil service every 9,000 miles or 24 months. For a high-performance Italian supermoto, those are almost embarrassingly good service intervals. Your wallet will thank you. Moving on to the chassis, and this is where the V2 SP gets really interesting. The new bike drops 30.8 pounds compared to the outgoing 950 SP, sitting at a claimed weight of just 390.2 pounds without fuel. That weight loss shows up everywhere you ride it. Direction changes are almost violent in the best way. The wide handlebars give you immediate leverage, the supermoto stance puts you high and commanding over the bike, and quick left-right transitions on the circuit felt light and almost effortless. Ducati built this around a completely new monocoque frame, unique in the segment, where the engine actually acts as a structural member and doubles as the airbox. That's clever engineering. They also ran a steel trellis subframe out back as a nod to the original Hypermotard, and fitted an aluminum double-sided swing arm inspired by the Panigale V4. The result is a chassis that feels neutral, precise, and almost telepathic. The SP package takes everything up another level. You're getting fully adjustable Öhlins and IX30 48mm forks up front and an Öhlins STX4 shock out back. The suspension quality is one of those things you feel before you can even describe it, composed over imperfections, firm under aggressive braking, and supportive through hard exits. The forged aluminum wheels save 3.4 pounds over the cast units on the standard model and reduce rotational inertia by 27% at the front and 21% at the rear. That's not just a spec sheet flex, quicker turn-in, lighter transitions, and a chassis that tightens its line the second you want it to. Wrapped around those stunning white forged wheels are Pirelli Diablo Rosso for Corsa tires, and visually, paired with the racing red and white anniversary livery celebrating 20 years of the Hypermotard, this thing looks absolutely stunning in the flesh. On the brakes, Brembo M50 monoblock calipers clamping dual 320mm front discs with a PR 16/21 radial master cylinder. Race-level hardware. Initial bite is strong but not aggressive, lever feel is excellent, and the whole braking package works in perfect harmony with the chassis. I was trail braking and backing it in slightly without even really trying. And then there's the slide-by brake function. This lets you control a rear wheel slide under braking to back it into corners supermoto style. I didn't personally try it that day, but watching other riders use it looked absolutely wild. Electronics are extensive: 6-axis IMU, cornering ABS, traction control, wheelie control, engine brake control, quick shift 2.0, power launch, pit limiter for riding modes. But Ducati did something smart here. They added all this technology without killing the personality. In race mode, with everything dialed back, the bike still feels raw and playful. The wheelie control even lets less experienced riders taste some frontal action with a safety net under them. One minor issue: some riders, including myself, noticed occasional power cuts after upshifts and downshifts using the quick shifter. It seemed like a calibration sensitivity issue rather than anything mechanical, and Ducati should have it sorted via software update before bikes reach customers. At $20,995. Hitting American dealerships in May 2026, it's not cheap, but for what you get: the lightweight chassis, Öhlins suspension, forged wheels, Brembo brakes, a brilliant flexible V-twin engine, top-tier electronics, and a 24-month unlimited mileage warranty, the Hypermotard V2 SP makes a seriously strong case for itself. If you want a motorcycle that can back into corners, wheelie on demand, lap a circuit, and still ride home afterward without destroying your back or your bank account every service interval, Ducati just built your bike.